What's up, everybody? And welcome back here to Tino's Time. We were here earlier today as we played My GM, but now we're here today after AEW Dynamite. And if you guys watched, did you guys see what Hangman and Page just did to Swerve Strickland's home, his childhood home? Because I do know that if it was me, would be crying. So, happy Wednesday night, everybody. We're here tonight to preview the AEW All Out show in Chicago going down this Saturday, September 7th, one night before we get to the beginning of the NFL football season. So let's go through the matches and then let's talk about them. So we got Brian Danielson putting that new AEW title on the line against Jack Perry. We got Mercedes Moné taking on Hikaru Shida for the TBS Championship. We got Will Ospreay taking on Pac for the AEW International Championship. We got a tag team match that was named right at the end of the show between the Blackpool Combat Club and the Young Bucks. We got a women's Chicago street fight. It is Willow Nightingale taking on Chris Statlander. We got MJF taking on Daniel Garcia. And then the main event in the match that I think will main event, we'll have to see what exactly happens. But after what happened 20 minutes ago, I think it should main event the show. It was Hangman Adam Page. It's Swerve Strickland in a steel cage. So we got all of those matches going down here tonight. I know this is a late night episode, so I don't know how many of you guys will be able to show up. I know some of you guys are all back in school and everything else like that. So whoever is here, I do appreciate you guys stopping by, hanging out, watching the show, and just being here with me. So make sure you guys go and make sure you hit that like button if you have not yet. If you guys got any comments, concerns, questions, please hit them in the comments down below. Let's have a good episode, and let's start it off. So let's start off this preview show with the match that I don't know exactly where and when these matches are going to start off the show, or where they could add more matches on Dynamite. We have seen, or on Collision. We have a lot of stuff that's going to be going down on Collision. So we got a lot of stuff that will be happening. And we also have, before I forget, because I was not able to find one of the pictures for the match card, we have Okada taking on three people to be determined for the AEW Continental Championship. So that is the other match that we'll preview here today. But let's start off first with this Chicago street fight. You guys can't do nothing in the streets of Chicago without it being a fight. So let's just start it off there, right? Willow Nightingale, Chris Statlander, and we got Stokely in the background. You guys know Stokely, big pain in the butt. But I'm excited to see this. I really hope the match does start outside. I think that would be really cool to see them go out there and do that. Have the match start in and on the outside of the, like in the actual parking lot, kind of like how when we watched that WrestleMania where we saw Roddy Piper and I think it was Goldust that were the two that ended up being like that, and the two that were doing that. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong. I know Roddy Piper was in it, but I think it was Goldust. So let's see if it starts off there. But I think it's going to be a really good match. And I think in the end, I'm going to be bold here. I'm going to say Chris Statlander picks up the W. I'm going to say Chris gets the win. I'm going to say that Chris goes on. We see them move on. And we see everything happen. What will go on with these two as they continue their rivalry. But it should be a good match. And a Chicago street fight, always a good time. So let's get to the next match and let's talk about this tag team match that was just announced at the end of the show. Jadis can't stay long, so real quick, we'll get the shout out to Jadis. Jadis, appreciate you. Yes, I did see that Hangman burned Swerve, man. I was thinking about that if that was my childhood home. I really don't know what I would have done. I may very well have cried like a lot more. I don't know if that was really his childhood home, but if it was, that's crazy. Because I just wouldn't, I don't know, man. That's a lot. So, Jadis, I appreciate you stopping by, hanging out here for a quick second. I know you got school tomorrow, so hopefully you have a good day at school. And remember, Jadis, 3 You got to get through till 3 o'clock, and then we got Thursday night football. So, Jay, just have a good day at school. And now let's talk about this tag team match. Because we got the Young Bucks. We got the Blackpool Combat Club. And we're going at it for the AEW tag team titles. This match was literally just made as the show went off air. We had Claudio ask it, and he said that they wanted it, so they made it official. And Tony Khan and obviously Tony made it official. So, another great match. I think a lot of these matches will be very good. But again, they have 8 matches right now. If they could keep it to 8 matches, that would be phenomenal. But we know on Collision, we know on Rampage, we know there's going to be 2 or 3 more matches added. And yes, some will be on the pre-show. But sometimes these pay-per-views just go so long. And, you know, that's the biggest thing I love about the WWE shows is that they are only 5-6 matches. And, you know, it's not going to be on until 2 in the morning. So, I'm going to agree with Kyle. The Young Bucks will win this match. And the Young Bucks are going to walk out as your AEW World Tag Team Champions. We got Too Sweet Kyle in the house. What's up, Kyle? Appreciate you stopping by real quick. Guys, go check out OTM live every Thursday. Sometime have a couple extra episodes throughout the week. Kyle and I, guys, may be meeting at NXT on the CW. Kyle, what do you think about us being able to see Julia take on Roxanne Perez, and then we can also see an NXT championship match? It's going to be a good time. But speaking of good times, let's talk about a match that should be really good. 2 great superstars, and it's for another championship because we always got championship matches in AEW. We got the International Championship as it's Will Ospreay as he takes on his guy Pac. We have seen Ricochet. I didn't see Ricochet tonight. That's the one person, man, he's already sitting at catering. So, no, I'm just kidding. Ricochet will be fine. So, Will Ospreay, Pac, at All Out will be a very good match. I'm going to say that Will Ospreay wins, and I'm going to say that we see at the next pay-per-view premium live event, wherever the next one is, I forget when the next pay-per-view is. Somebody in the chat let me know. But I'm going to say Will Ospreay wins this match, and I'm going to say that we see Will Ospreay against Ricochet at the next pay-per-view. So maybe that's a little too fast for them to do it, but I feel like we should strike while the iron's hot with Ricochet, and let's put him in something before people forget that he showed up at All Out or All In London. So let's take Will Ospreay to win this match. In a hard-hitting match that, in matter of fact, it's going to be a good one. And I'm excited to watch this. As Kyle said, it could very well be match of the year. This could be match of the year. Could this match be match of the year, though? Sheeta taking on Mercedes Moné. No, not match of the year. Her little bodyguard, Mercedes bodyguard, is banned from ringside, so we will not be seeing her. Probably will in some sort of way. I'm sure she'll come out and she'll do what she always does and tries to help, and what all the bodyguards always try to do. They always try to help. But in the end of this match, it's going to be a good one. But as much as I love Mercedes Moné, this may be a bathroom break for me because I don't think that Mercedes is going to lose. I think Mercedes is going to hold that TBS championship for a long time. And I think very well that, you know, Mercedes holds it for maybe till the end of the year. Well, okay, obviously till the end of the year. But I'll say until like at least March or April she keeps it. So I'll say WrestleMania season she keeps it till. So I don't really know who's going to take it off of her as of right now. I mean, there could be some options, but I don't know. We'll have to see. We did also see Jamie Hayter return to the ring again tonight. So that was good to see Miss Jamie Hayter back in the ring and see her go out there and do good things. But Sheeta, Mercedes will put on a good match. But as I said, I don't think that Mercedes is losing. So maybe a bathroom break match for me. But I still love you, Mercedes. Love you, Sheeta, too. It's too obvious with this one. So let's talk about a match that may be obvious, but also might not be so obvious. It's the AEW World Championship match, as it is Bryan Danielson taking on Jack Perry for the scapegoat Jack Perry, I should say, the scapegoat Jack Perry for the AEW World Championship. Bryan Danielson obviously won it in his match in London, and I want to say I'm sorry about that because I got really excited, and I thought that was his last match ever, but it was not his last match because obviously he's fighting it all out. So Bryan Danielson's still wrestling, but it was still cool for him to be out there, and it was one of his last matches. So it was cool for him to win the world title. Kind of sad we're not seeing Swerve Strickland get a rematch. Kind of crazy how Swerve went from being in the title picture to now having this feud with Adam Page. And not that I'm not saying that I don't like it. I just think that, we could have done something else with, maybe a triple threat or so. I don't know. I just think, I enjoy the rivalry between Swerve and Adam, but I hate that Swerve's title reign kind of ended. But I'm also happy that Bryan Danielson won that match. So, I'll take it. It is what it is. So, Jack Perry, Bryan Danielson, my pick is I'm going to go Bryan Danielson. But I do think we see a lot of shenanigans. I think we'll see maybe a lot of the Blackpool Combat Club. Maybe we'll see a lot of Jack Perry's boys. We'll see a lot of crazy stuff go down. Referee knockoutage probably. And again, this match could very well main event the show. I'm not too guaranteeing what match is going to end the show, because we could see this, but we could also see the steel cage. The steel cage could also start off the show. So, should be very interesting. But I'm also sorry. If a man burnt down my childhood home, listen, if I had enough money to go and buy my 3 homes that I loved so very much growing up in, I would. And I would never allow that to happen. So all I do know is that they very well might, I know I said main event, but they might start off the show, because I don't know if I'm waiting to rip Adam Page's head off. Because if you, like I said, you mess with my childhood home, I'm just not dealing with it. So I think that is one of the reasons why we could see the main event. But that's not the match we're talking about just yet. We're still talking about Bryan Danielson and Jack Perry. Like I said, Bryan Danielson's going to win, but a lot of shenanigans going to happen. And I think Jack Perry and him will put on a good show. Again, it could main event, but as I said, I don't know. It's too hard to tell. And if they did say that his match was going to main event, I was waiting to hear it. I did not hear it. So if you guys did hear anything, please let me know. But I did not hear anything like that. So let's get to the next match. We only got 2 more. Well, let's before I forget, because you guys know how great I am at doing that. Let's talk about the Fatal 4-Way match for the AEW Continental Championship. And if anybody is in here that has watched Dynamite, I did not have a chance to get the other matches up from Collision. So can you please let me know how we are deciding the 3 matches for the other 3 opponents for this match? Because as of right now, the only person... Oh, here we go. Here we go. I got it. Never mind. So we have Okada. We will see these matches take place on September 6th episode of Collision. It will be Orange Cassidy against Brian Keith, I should say. So Orange Cassidy, Brian Keith. I'm going to say Orange Cassidy wins. We got Lance Archer taking on Mark Briscoe. I didn't even know Lance Archer was still employed by AEW. I low-key thought he was gone. So who knew, right? I mean, hey, that I'm learning something new every day, right? So we have Lance Archer and Mark Briscoe. I'm going to say that Mark Briscoe wins. I think that it would be a good opportunity for Lance Archer. But with Mark Briscoe being what he's doing on TV, the stuff he's doing weekly, I think we see Mark Briscoe pull out an upset here. Now, the last match, we got Kono over there. Our boy Kono take a shitta. We're just going to say that because I don't know why every time I try to say his name until I hear somebody say it, it always messes me up. So, Shida, how about that? We'll take Shida. Take Shida. How about that? Take Shida. We'll say that versus the Beast Mortos. So, I don't even know who the heck that is, to be honest. So, let's go Kono to win this match. And so that means it's going to be Okada, Kono, Mark Briscoe, and Orange Cassidy. And if that is the match for this AEW Continental Championship, I'm going to say that we see Okada win this match. I think Okada was the first one to be announced. Okada was the first one to be in this match. And I don't think that there's any other reason why Okada should not win this match. So We'll see the 3 other people win and see what happens on Collision. But for now, I'm going to say Okada wins. And again, we'll come back to this as we go and as we get closer to the show, because obviously things can change if the 3 people that I pick do not win and we see other people in there winning. So we'll see what happens. But that's who I'm going to take with that Fatal 4-Way match of and for the AEW Continental Championship. So we have 2 more matches to get to. So let's not waste any more time. Guys, continue to leave your comments, your concerns, your questions, all the stuff in the chat. I will get to all of them as soon as we get through all these matches. We'll chat for a little bit, and then I'll say goodbye, and then we'll be back here tomorrow night as we kick off the NFL football season with them Baltimore Ravens and them back-to-back Super Bowl champs, Kansas City Chiefs. It's Patty Mahomes and Travis Kelce as they take on Lamar Jackson and the King making his debut in a Baltimore Ravens uniform, Derrick Henry. So let's get to these last 2 matches, guys, and let's talk about it. So the second to last match we got is MJF taking on a rival of his, and a guy I think he just does not like at all. And Kyle says, go Pack, go. Kyle, listen, guy. Kyle, I thought we were cool, bro. Kyle, why you, Kyle, listen, bro. I low-key forgot that you were a Packers fan. So Kyle and I are in a fantasy football league together, guys. So we're going to have a lot of banter back and forth on live streams and chats and episodes. And yeah, maybe I'll get him on for a live stream for fantasy or just football in general. But before we get to football, we got MJF, or at least Sunday football, I should say. We got MJF. We got Daniel Garcia in an all-out war between 2 guys that, like I said, just don't like each other. And it's going to be a good one. These guys we saw them start off Dynamite tonight. We saw them go out there and put on a really good performance. Not performance, I mean, but they both cut really good promos, I should say. It was really fun to watch. I really enjoyed it. We saw MJF get a little hostile. We saw Daniel Garcia get a little hostile. We saw Daniel Garcia bleed a little bit. And MJF just told them what was going to be done. So I'm very excited to see this match. And this is a match that I think we've been wanting to see for a while. And this is a match that these 2 are they want it to happen. And it's going to be a good show. So MJF, Daniel Garcia at All Out in Chicago. It's going to be a good show. And it's going to be a great match. But in the end, let's say Daniel Garcia gets the win. And let's say that we see this not be the last match of these 2. And that would be the only reason why I would take Daniel Garcia. Because I think if MJF wins, I think that we see this rivalry end. But as Kyle says, Garcia wins. And I think we see more than like 2-3 matches between them. And we see a little series like we see Drew McIntyre and CM Punk. So MJF, Daniel Garcia, let's see it go down. So we're taking Daniel. He's going to be doing those moves in Chicago. And hey, who knows? Maybe Kyle would join him in the ring. Kyle's actually going to the show, guys. So if you see Kyle at All Out, say what's up. But it's now time. I want to hear it from my members in the chat. If you are here in the chat and you are a member, I want to hear it from you. Let's see those main event time emotes, as it is main event time here on the channel. And it is main event time here on this episode. Before we get to the chat and we talk to all of you guys, it's time to talk about the last match that I want to talk about here. I'm not guaranteeing that it's going to be the main event, but like I said, after what I saw, I think it should be the main event. So we will have to see what happens. But steel cage match, it's going to be great. These 2 are going to want to rip each other's heads off. After what we saw on Dynamite with what Hangman, I don't know why, but once I saw Swerve say and them show his house on TV, I knew something bad was going to happen. So I didn't know exactly what was going to happen, but we saw what happened in the main event. Hangman Adam Page decided to burn his childhood home down. And, you know, these guys have been going at it for a long time. These guys have been fighting for a while. They're sick of each other. They want to rip each other's heads off, like I said. And it just, this needs to end. Because I'm sorry. If you were, like I said earlier when we were talking about this match, a little bit earlier, if you're going to burn down my childhood home, we're going to have some problems in here because it's not okay. I don't like it. And it very upsets me that I would be so sad if you did that. And yes, I pray and I hope that wasn't his childhood home, but who knows? And I was like sitting there in shock, like I was a 12-year-old on it before I had to go to school, like with my mouth wide open watching this, being like, oh my God. So, Hangman, be better, my guy. But Hangman's killing it as a heel, I got to say that. So, Hangman and Page, Swerve Strickland, a steel cage. We're going to see Prince Nana. He's probably going to jump off the cage. We'll probably see some guys that Hangman calls. Maybe we see the return of Kenny Omega. Probably not, but I'm just going to throw it out there. So, we will have to see what happens with these two. But it's going to be a fight. It's going to be a war. We're going to see some color. And it's going to be, shoot, they might break the cage like they're Braun Strowman and Big Show or Braun Strowman and Mark Henry. So, yeah. Speaking of that, speaking of Mark Henry real quick, and before I give you my predictions, guys, Mark Henry is alive and well. I saw a few things today, and few texted me saying that Mark Henry died. Mark Henry is alive and well. He's still the world's strongest man. And whoever's putting that out there, take that down because Mark Henry is going to just Mark Henry's alive, guys. In case you were wondering, or in case you did not see that, there's been rumors going around that Mark Henry apparently passed away, and it's not true. So, main event, Swerve Strickland, Hangman Adam Page. After he burned his house down, I'm taking Swerve Strickland. Swerve, go out there, beat his ass, show him whose house it is, and Swerve, just take out Adam Page because I'm sick of him, and I don't want to look at him no more. So, Swerve Strickland taking the dub in this steel cage with all of the shenanigans that will go down. Prince Nana, Swerve Strickland, going to walk out on top, and Hangman Adam Page will be laying in blood in the ring. So, that is how we will end this live stream. So, let's go through these matches one more time, and let me tell you who I got winning. We got Willow taking out Chris Statlander. I'm sorry. Chris Statlander to defeat Willow. We got the Young Bucks taking out the Blackpool Combat Club. We got Will Ospreay taking out Pac. We got the Mercedes, the CEO, Mercedes Moné, taking out Sheeta. We got Bryan Danielson taking out Jack Perry. We got Okada winning the Fatal 4-Way Continental Championship match. We got MJF losing to Daniel Garcia. And then lastly, we got Swerve Strickland ending the massacre and the misery of Hangman's life. So, we'll see what happens at All Out in Chicago, Illinois. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be a good show. We'll be here live on pay-per-view at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Probably 6 o'clock watching the pre-show. So, come and hang out. Let's watch all these matches. And let's enjoy another pay-per-view. As it is in Chicago. And the next time wrestling will be in Chicago, I will be there. So, I'm excited. So, let's get to the chat. Let's see what all you guys are saying. Appreciate everybody that has come and hung out so far today. Thank you guys for dropping your questions if you have. So, let's get to it. Let's see what you guys are all saying. And then we'll say goodbye until we begin some football, baby. Let's roll up. Hassan, first one in the chat. Yes, sir. We got Daniel Niles. What's up, Daniel? Appreciate you. I vote for Willow Nightingale to win. Hassan, who else you got? Can't stay long, but you see Hangman. Yes, I did say Hangman. He signed the leash. Yes. Yeah, his childhood home, Jadis. I don't think Jadis is here no more. But Jadis, again, thank you for stopping by for a few minutes. We got Kyle. Too sweet, Kyle. Kyle, where are you sitting at? If you're still here, Kyle, who and where are you sitting at? Do you think you will be on TV? Bucks retain. Possible Julia title win. I will be so excited for that. I agree with you. Kyle, it's good that match could be match of the year with Pac and Ospreay. Ospreay and the CEO win. I love it. And still, Bryan Danielson. Look for you. That's why I'm asking. Where are you sitting, bro? I'll look for you on TV. I always do. Shoot, I was watching the Hell in the Cell from 2023, 2022. And every time I watch it, I see my my poster that I made. And I'm like, look, it's me. True. You know, It's always on Peacock, guys. You're on TV. You're always there. Kyle. Again, he said go. I know this is the same message from earlier, but Kyle said go bad, go, guys. Do we fight Kyle? I think we fight Kyle. And then we got Corey in the house. Corey in the house. Corey's also a Packers fan, guys. Corey's my best friend, and he's a Cubs fan and a Packers fan. What type of shenanigans is that? We don't even root for any fate. The only thing we have in common, like where we root like with each other, is wrestling. Because everything else we don't seem to have eye to eye on. We ain't on the grid. We ain't on the gridiron yet. He said, yeet. Yeet. Ava with the main event emotes. We appreciate you, Ava. Guys, be like Ava. Become a member if you can. It's time for the main event. We got the Main Event Wrestling Network in the house. Guys, make sure you go check out the Main Event Network. And as you see on the bottom, also, if I have not yet on this episode, make sure that you also go check out the Main Event Wrestling Network. All the great content creators over there. OTM Kyle. All of them, the junkies, and all of the great guys that we have over there. Make sure you go check them all out. If you have not yet, go subscribe to all of their channels. Good night, Michelle. Good night, Michelle. Appreciate you stopping by. Hey, man, torched Swerve's house. Yes, he did. Blackhawks. See, that's at least we got that, Kyle. At least we have that together, right? 110. Hey, now, that's really good. Also, I lied earlier. I said it was in the Wintrust Arena. I lied. It's in the Now Arena. So, wherever the Now Arena is at, I honestly have no idea. So, if you have any idea, but Now Arena, I thought it was the Wintrust. I don't know. But, yes, Packer fan. Packers. All these fudge Packers. Anyway, main event. Yes, it is. But, guys, it's not no main event now because it's just the beginning. The 2024-2025 NFL season. Now Arena has no cell service. That's not good. I wanted to see some pictures, man. Hopefully you can use your phone some way because, man, they need to get better Wi-Fi in these places. Like, where was I at that I got no Wi-Fi at? Where the hell was I at? Because I get decent Wi-Fi at the Allstate. Where the hell did I just go? Where did I just went somewhere and I literally forgot. I need to stop smoking so much of the Mary Jane, guys. Anyway. Facts. So, let's talk about what we got going down the rest of the week, guys. Tomorrow, and as I was saying, it all begins. It's the 2024-2025 NFL season. As it's the beginning, it's Thursday night football. It's Thursday night kickoff. It's Patty Mahomes and the Chiefs as they take on former and reigning, defending MVP of the league, Lamar Jackson, the defending Super Bowl champs. Thursday night football on NBC, 7:20 p.m. Central Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. It's football, and we back, baby. So come and hang out for that. And then Friday, we got Friday Night SmackDown. Jimmy has been cleared, and another person's been cleared. Could we see them show up on Friday? Apparently, they're showing up this month. But will it be this week? We're going to find out on Friday. Saturday, we'll be here for All Out live here at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time watching the show. And then on Sunday, we will be here live. If you did not watch the football show yet, if you have not got a chance, definitely go check that out. But we will be live here at 1 p.m. for the Jaguars and the Dolphins. It's Tua. It's Trevor. We got Raheem. We got Etienne. And we're going to watch all the other noon games here on the channel. We'll be watching the debuts of Marvin Harrison Jr., Stephon Diggs in the Texans uniform, Russell Wilson on the Steelers, Caleb Williams, number 1 overall pick. Joey B is back. Sam Darnold now on the Vikings. We got a whole new look in the Panthers with Deontay Johnson and everything. So 1 o'clock games will be here live here until 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, wherever you all may be. Football is back, baby, and I'm excited for it. So that is what we got going down for that. We also, yes, we got the Fudge Packers, the Green Bay Packers, and the Philadelphia Eagles taking each other on Friday night in Brazil. So make sure you come and hang out, watch Friday Night SmackDown, and we watch the football game. So let's give away today's MVP. And there's only one person that's going to win it here tonight because he's been here all episode long asking some great questions. And his name is Too Sweet Kyle. Kyle, I appreciate you being here all episode long, keeping me company, and making the episode go a little bit longer. So, guys, that's all we got here for you today on this episode. Make sure, though, we got some great stuff on the channel right now. If you have not yet, we have the Fantasy Football Week 1 preview show. Make sure to go get ready and set those lineups. We have the My GM that we just did this afternoon. And, guys, we also have our first ever professional wrestler interview. If you have not yet, go check it out. Damon Kemp, now known, obviously, as his real name, Bobby Stevenson, formerly known as Damon Kemp. It was a great interview. I appreciate the time. We talked about how him being in a video game, being a White Sox fan, growing up in Minnesota, and so much more. Guys, go check out that interview. And again, thank you to Bobby, a.k.a. formerly known as Damon Kemp, for joining me, giving us a little extra time, and being a great guy. So go check him out. Make sure you go follow all that great stuff. He's got country music and all that stuff. But then again, we couldn't have done that also without Too Sweet Kyle. So thank you to Kyle. Thank you to Jordan. Thank you to everybody that was able to set that up together. And guys, that won't be the last interview that we'll have here on the channel. Not just ever, but not just this month. Because we cooking in the kitchen. So, guys, go enjoy the rest of your Wednesday night. And I'll see you all tomorrow night as we kick off the NFL 2024 season with the Ravens and the Chiefs. Guys, have a great one. And I'll see you next time here on Tino's Time.